Dude, so I've been working outside like the past. I mean, my job is outside, but
Yeah.
dude, look at my watch tan right now.
Sick.
Look how fluorescent my. Also, where my socks end, I have an awful tan there too. Like, it's nasty, but I feel super tan.
There is a tanner this week because Caleb's tanner.
Yeah.
Tanner
Well, he's never on this show.
Let me check. Yeah, but still, let me check my watch tan because I've recently switched to working inside.
Yeah,
to see how it's holding up. Still pretty strong.
Still pretty strong. Still
holding on pretty good.
The best is when I worked at Dollywood and I got to wear Chacos every day, and then my feet had like the Z pattern of the Chacos, and that was an insane tan.
Like the ice cream?
No, like Chacos they're a sandal.
Oh,
like a hiking sandal.
Taco.
Yeah. But
they made a sandal version of those.
Nah. But yeah, no. Welcome back to another episode of Yelling at Pigeons. Today is Wednesday, June 11th. And Luke, I missed you.
Yeah, I bet you did. Didn't have a problem with you not being on, didn't miss you, so
Yeah.
No, it was it was fun being on with Noah, but definitely weird. It feels like forever since we yapped.
I watched Pig.
Okay.
Noah's suggestion. Not even Noah's suggestion. He just said he watched it. It was awful.
Uh-huh.
It was such a.
It doesn't really surprise me.
It was a movie of nothing. Like.
Yeah, that's kind of what it sounded like.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is that episode where Noah talked about that came out on Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
And on Friday, this frequent customer of ours, cool guy, he always comes in and talks about movies and TV and stuff. He was talking about how one of his favorite Nick Cage movies is Pig.
No way.
I swear.
Is he a listener?
What are the odds? Maybe he's a sneaky listener.
That's crazy.
I was like, when I texted Noah, I was like, you're never going to guess. Yeah, I say he just said it was one of his favorite movies in general. And he was saying because he likes
the movie.
I texted Noah, I was like, you're never going to guess what this guy just said one of his favorite movies was.
Like, you know how, like, movies just don't have a plot? Like, Napoleon Dynamite doesn't really have a plot, but it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just all over the place. That's what Pig felt
like. No one knows what it means, but it's prerogative.
Yeah, but that's what Pig felt like, and I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah. That's not exactly shocking.
Yeah.
You might notice I'm wearing a hoodie despite it being summer.
Yeah, you are.
Dutch Bros. Favorite coffee spot.
Oh, yes.
My hoodie. They finally started selling merch for the first time in the history of their company.
Yeah.
So I instantly ordered a hoodie.
That's a good logo.
Oh, yeah. It's great. And on the back, you won't be able to see it even if I turned around.
Sponsor us.
Dutch Bros. Please sponsor the show.
Wait,
but on the back it says
Tim Hortons?
It might be better than Tim Hortons.
Wow.
But not when it comes to, like, they don't offer, like, Timbits and cookies and donuts. You know what I mean? But, like, their coffee might be. Even though I'm not a coffee guy. But when I would go, they have one in Florida. They don't have one. That's the closest one. The closest one to me is the one in Simi, Florida. Yeah. And we would go, like, 3 times a day. So my hoodie says on the back, Dutch Bros Regulars Club.
Yeah.
And I can kind of claim that because if you break it down on average, I'm probably still going like an average of a couple times a month, which is pretty regular.
Yeah. You just have to go.
I just go like 2 or 3 times a day for like 10 days.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And I get this Cinnamon Toast Crunch like frozen coffee thing. It's
dude, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is. So
we were trying to buy the merch off the employees' backs when we were there. Yeah. And they said they get that all the time.
Yeah.
So they finally started selling it. Shout out to Dutch Bros. Please sponsor the show. That might be my new number one, like, if we could ever convince Dutch Bros to sponsor our show.
That'd be awesome. That'd be so cool. Because they're not a huge brand. Like, they're
not nothing, but, like, they haven't really branched out real far.
Give Luke one free coffee a day when he's in Orlando.
And I will mention Dutch Bros on every single episode.
Every single episode.
To all 6 of our listeners.
Yes. Well, we have people that live in Florida that listen. Yeah. So
that's true.
John just moved closer to Orlando, so
there you go. There's gotta be, find yourself a Dutch Bros. I don't know. I'm sure the one I went to is not the only one. Yeah, gotta find a way to make money off.
Gotta find it. Speaking of verbal meme. We gotta find a way to make money off this. The Catholic Church, when they discovered heaven and hell. Nice. We gotta find a way to make money
off of this.
It's just too good.
What made you think of the Catholic Church?
I thought of that earlier today, and I kind of pigeonholed that in there. Like I rammed that in there. Kind of, but we were talking about getting money for liking Dutch Bros. But no, and I was like, yeah, I just thought of the meme, and then I thought of I don't know, it just popped into my head, and I was like, that is the Catholic Church.
That is. That really is. We gotta find a way to make money off
give
of
us a bunch of money and you won't go to hell.
Yeah.
Deal?
Verbal meme. Dexter in Good Burger when Ed got offered a bonus for his secret sauce.
Yeah.
Gotta find a way to make money.
Make money off of it. Or just Scientology in general.
Yeah, definitely.
Back to religion.
Yeah. Religion. I almost ran into an Argentinian guy's rental car this weekend. So that was fun.
What?
So my parents called me. I was at home playing Rocket League, and my parents called me.
Oh, you were still locked into Rocket League when you were out there?
Yeah. I was trying to hit the car. I get it. Took me a second.
Yeah.
My parents called me and they're like, "Hey, this guy's by the library." You can make a library joke. This guy's outside of the library.
Where's the library?
I knew where it was because I drove there.
Nerd.
And he needs his car jumped, his rental car jumped, and we don't have any jumper cables. So I'm like, okay.
Well, that's why you played Rocket League.
Yeah.
Just over.
Jumping cars, yeah. So I go out there, and I pull up to him to get ready to jump his car, and I'm too far away. Need to move up a couple feet, right? And I don't know if I've ever mentioned it on the show, but if you know me, you probably know that my driver's seat in my car one day when I was looking for my dog that turned out to be dead, so don't make fun of me. Yeah. No, I'm kidding. That is a fact, though. But anyway, when I was looking for the dog, the seat just out of nowhere, I had it in a spot I liked. Out of nowhere, it moves all the way back and leans basically all the way back.
All the way back?
And it's been stuck like that for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And so I've had to drive like hunched because I can't lean against my seat. Yeah. And anyway, I go to move a little bit forward to get closer to this guy's car, and the seat decides to do the opposite and starts pushing me into the dash. So I'm like kissing my knees at this point.
Is it motorized?
Yeah, like it's an electric. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's electric.
Boogie.
And so it's just doing the opposite, like pushing me into my steering wheel, pushing me into the dash. So I'm like kissing my knees, and the wheel is like in my stomach. And when it started moving like that, my foot hit the gas. And I was like, "Whoom!" And I can hear my parents like, I was like, I know that's too far. The seat.
Dude, the seat must push you all the way up with your little legs to hit the.
Yeah, true. With to make my little legs reach. I was using like I took my car stick and I strapped it to my shoe, and I would use that to reach the pedals when it was all the way back.
Yeah. I was talking to Jose the other day, and he made a joke about your height, and I can't remember what it was.
Nice.
Someone asked what the average height was. He was like, I don't know, taller than Luke. It was just like just a shot for no reason.
Nice.
I was like, how tall is Jose? And then I was like, 2 inches higher than that.
Anyway,
shout out Jose.
Shout out to Jose. Anyway, I squeeze out of the car. We get the guy's car jump, whatever. He was from Argentina. He was in town for the Eagle Man race. And
gross. Whoa.
You know, it's like Slim Shady out of nowhere. Just think,
that was this weekend?
5 bars, what was it? 15 bars, 15 seconds.
That was this weekend?
That was this weekend, but Iron Man is, as you know,
they both
September
suck.
Or whatever. Yeah, they do, because the traffic gets crazy.
Shout out to them, but...
And most of them are...
miserable.
And it is kind of good for the economy.
Good for the
small town. But...
trying to drive anywhere?
Yeah. And most of the triathletes are like super entitled. They'll just cut you off in the car, on a bike, whatever. This guy was cool, though. Shout out to this guy. I don't know his name. Hope he won. If you can win.
Come on the show.
Yeah, come on the show. And anyway, he gets on his way, and I'm like, I still got to get the Tahoe home. And I squeeze in there, again, kissing my knees, and literally the steering wheel is rubbing against my stomach. Which, to be fair, if I had a smaller stomach, that wouldn't be a problem. But it was still that close. So I'm like driving it, and I get it home, and I start messing with the circuit board, and I get it to start moving, but there's no like method to the madness. It's just moving.
Just stop.
I'm making it move, but I can't say where it's going to go.
Yeah.
And eventually I get it to an actual like respectable position, and I just unplugged everything so that it doesn't have the power to move.
Did you,
and
were
now
you sitting in it?
No.
Okay.
Because I had to like reach all the way under the seat. And now I have it in a respectable spot that maybe I would even have set it in if it worked right.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm driving a luxury vehicle.
Because
I've been sitting.
And it's your 90, your 01, your 01, 02 Tahoe?
02. It was built on 9/11.
Yep.
The inside of the door literally says September 2001.
Yeah.
So it may have been manufactured on 9/11.
Or after. Like after they were like, we still got
a somber, they were like Kendrick or Cody. They were like, somebody got to do it.
Somebody got to do it.
They just kept building it.
Somebody had to
do it. Now I feel like I'm driving a luxury vehicle. I had to literally, this is how bad, to put in perspective, this is how bad my seat was, guys. I had to adjust all my mirrors. Because my seat went from all the way down, all the way back to proper.
Yeah.
So it's been nice being able to drive like a normal person. And then my window randomly decided to work, which was cool. So I was like, now I got to go get some chicken fries because I have to go through a drive-thru because my window works. So it was eventful. It was a good time. Did you watch anything from the Xbox showcase?
I have not. I didn't even know what happened. I tell you, I was grinding.
Yeah, I mean, it sounded like it. You were saying something about some of your shifts.
Yeah, so it's just to lay it out. I work at a camp. It was first week of summer, so we just had to work extra just to make sure everything was getting done. And if someone
Germans in 1930 something,
and if something happens to somebody, we all gotta know what's going on. So it's just like a fail safe. So we just all know everybody's job. We're good. It was 16-hour days.
Safe?
Huh?
You were failing to be safe?
No.
That's a bad idea. So it was a fail safe.
Yeah. But so it's just 16-hour days for 5 days straight. So it was a grind, and it just happened to be in the middle of when we were to record. So
yeah,
we're good now.
No big deal. But anyway, at the Xbox showcase, I don't have a ton of notes on this, but High on Life 2 coming out this winter. Did you play the first one?
I didn't. I'll say it. I didn't really like it that much.
I loved it. So I'm excited for High on Life 2.
Yeah, it just wasn't. I don't know. It just wasn't for me.
Yeah, fair. It's a different game. I liked it. Yeah. I thought it was super creative. I thought it was funny. So I enjoyed it, and I'm excited for the second one coming out. They just said this winter. There's also the ROG Xbox Ally X, which we got to have a conversation about. I love Xbox. I would think you would say the same. We're Xbox guys through and through.
I will never.
Not good at naming their things.
No.
Like they did the Xbox One, and then the Xbox One S, and then they came out with the Xbox Series X and Series S.
Yeah.
Confusing everyone with the S's. Yep. And now, like the ROG Xbox Ally X. Why?
What is that? What is it?
It's called the Xbox Ally. It is a handheld.
Oh.
Which is coming out holiday 2025.
Okay.
It has a 7-inch full HD display, 24 gigabytes of RAM. Much. Yeah. Yeah, I think that would be just difficult. Like I don't even think anyone.
Could you
I don't think that would
hold
be
that in your hands.
No, I don't, and I don't think it would be enjoyable for the consumer.
No, imagine
at all.
Imagine not probably hurt a little bit.
Probably, yeah, because it would be such a heavy console. Yeah, but it also has 24 gigabytes of RAM, which is impressive because my whole laptop I think has like maybe 32, and you're talking about a handheld game console with 24. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It also has a whole terabyte of storage, which is just as much as the Xbox Series X. And I was trying to look into this. I'm not 100% sure if it can only cloud game, because if it can only cloud game, it's actually kind of the dumbest thing ever. But if you can play games natively, it's one of the coolest things ever.
Yeah.
Because from what I understand, I'm going to boil it down to it can locally install PC and Game Pass games, which should be most games.
Yeah.
So that would be cool. Because I was talking about it with my boss, and we were talking about how it's really dumb if it's just cloud. But I was like, but if it's not, if I can install some games and I can play, my Dynasty from NCAA on it or something, that's cool. But cloud gaming, I could do that. I could basically create the same exact effect with an iPad or an iPhone right now with no problem.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how that plays out. I think you can install some stuff. There's way too much storage on there for you to not be able to install stuff. A whole terabyte.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think this was in the showcase. Maybe it was, but there have been rumors that seem to be pretty confident, if that's the best way to describe it. Pretty reliable. I don't know. That Halo Combat Evolved will be getting a full from the ground up remake releasing next year. So not just a remaster. They're going to completely remake it. But it's going to be the original Halo Combat Evolved.
Okay.
So making it with new technology.
That's awesome.
So that'll be cool. Coming out next year to celebrate the 25th anniversary.
That's crazy.
Combat Evolved, which is wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was your Xbox roundup. Did you watch anything this week?
No,
you didn't have a lot of time. Yeah, other than Pig.
Other than Pig, no.
I
did. Oh,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
I did find an Instagram page, which is pretty old, I think, but it's just modern day Seinfeld, and it's tweets where people are just giving the plot of Seinfeld, of what the episode would be.
Oh, that's
this
cool.
one. This one is Jerry's girlfriend likes to critique the undercarriage of a slice of pizza. Elaine thinks everyone is recognizing her around the city after she does an apartment tour video for a famous YouTuber. George notices in a company the letters G and C in his first and last name are lowercase, while all the coworkers' names are uppercase. Kramer dates a girl who transforms her hair to look like antlers.
Okay.
So it's just
that's kind of funny.
Yeah, I can imagine this as, I don't know, I've just been reading them all day. The other day.
I've gone in a similar rabbit hole, although it wasn't very deep, of Office fan written scripts.
Yeah. This one's pretty
fun to imagine what the episodes would be like.
This one is Jerry dates a girl who never presses the skip ad button on YouTube because she enjoys them. Elaine's boyfriend uses black emojis even though he's white. Monks raises the prices coincidentally on only things George orders. Kramer burns his forehead in a cooking accident and looks similar to Harry Potter's scar. And he's accidentally gave himself powers. But I can see all that happening in an episode of Seinfeld.
Kramer says the N-word during a stand-up set.
No.
He would never.
No.
That's unrealistic.
No.
Or at least not the actor that played him. He wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
That's funny though.
What'd you watch? Sorry.
I watched Tires. I watched the full season 2 of Tires.
Lock into that.
Very funny. Pretty much on par with season 1, which was funny. So just an enjoyable watch. I like watching that show because you'll be watching and all of a sudden you're like, hey, I know that guy from Barstool, or I know that girl from TikTok or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just random.
Yeah.
Shane's. This isn't really a spoiler, but he gets a girlfriend in this series or this season.
Yeah, I saw a clip of it.
She's from I know I've seen she's in like a comedy group on TikTok. I know I've seen a couple of her things because I was like, oh, she looks familiar. So it's just cool. I don't know. You're like the Leo meme the whole time you're watching the show. I know that guy. That's a comedian. That's Barstool, whatever. It's cool.
I did start putting on King of the Hill to go to sleep.
Ah, that's right. You texted me and said you were
shout out to my friend TJ who said something about it. Like, it has changed the game. That's like peak comedy. So funny.
I'm about to bust.
I'm about to bust.
I just know that meme.
Yeah,
I sell propane and propane accessories.
Damn it, Bobby.
I'm pretty much running out of
that's all I
quotes
really know.
that I know. But yeah, you said that he's basically Brandon Walker, and that's a thought that I can agree with because they talk very similar.
Very similar.
Yeah, very, very similar.
Very similar.
I also watched the 2010 film starring Adam Scott and Jerry O'Connell, Piranha.
Oh.
Yeah.
That came out in 2010? I would have guessed way
15 years ago.
But
JSC plays an absolute scumbag adult film director who's like choked out. It's awesome.
That's awesome.
It's awesome. He is like the worst. Some of the lines I would love for people to clip and like tweet at him because they're the opposite of how he is as an actual person, and he would be borderline like upset that media even exists.
Yeah.
So funny. But good. Well, I guess it's a fun movie. I don't know that I would say good, but it's a kind of a horror comedy. Super gory. Like, I'm not big on gore, but it's like kind of a play on gory movies, I guess.
Yeah.
So it was cool. Hadn't watched it I don't know that I ever had watched it all the way through. So I rented that on Amazon. If you don't have anything, I actually prepared something that might take the rest of the episode.
I have a couple things. Do you know about Drew Key 5000?
I don't believe so.
Let me just play you one of their TikToks.
Okay. I have seen this.
They're the crooners. They just do rap songs, but they're crooners.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Dude, they have so many. They have like 40 million views on some of their TikToks. And they've just like blown up over the past couple weeks, I guess.
Yeah.
And they're so funny. Like,
do they drive at all?
I don't think they're driving crooners, but they gotta find a way to make money off of this.
Gotta find a way.
They gotta find a way to make money off of this.
Like that guy. Sorry, go ahead.
I was like, they have other like stuff that they've made before this, and then I think they just hit one song, and they're like, "Nope, this is the lane we're gonna play."
Yes.
They've just dropped so many songs since.
That was funny. Or like that guy I sent you and Noah the other day.
Oh,
that just raps, but he's not really saying anything.
Yeah, he's like beatbox. He's like doing beats.
It's like sip da go wah sip da bo wah. It's so funny. I can watch it all day. And he'll also post like the same exact video 10 times each. So he has like thousands of videos, but they're really only like 250 unique videos.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. I have one more thing. I mentioned how I work at a summer camp. And a bunch of high schoolers there. I'm going to start bringing the kids are all right moment of the week.
I like this.
This
the
week,
kids are alt right, you said?
Yeah, no. Not like you. We'll talk about that with you next week.
I know Caleb was so upset that he missed episode 45. But he'll get to have episode 47 next week.
Luke, so I said that to you and you were like, "What?"
Yeah, I missed it because I was overthinking it because the whole setup for me even texting you that you missed 45 was so I could dunk on you and say you can do 47, and I still missed.
And I went, what?
I blocked the shot and then dunked on a fast break. Anyway, the kids are all right.
Silly bands are back.
Are they?
Yes, they were all over camp this week.
I should have saved mine.
Yeah, I saw
retro silly bands.
I took a picture of one. It looks like a chameleon, I think.
That's awesome.
But they're just the kids are all right.
Yes.
Yeah.
You might have to get back into silly bands.
Dude, you had the NFL silly bands, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was rocking that Bills silly band.
Dude, the Steelers one was just because the Steelers logo is just a circle. It was just the Steelers writing. They said Steelers.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
because you couldn't really.
The Texans was one of my favorite ones, though. It looked so cool.
Yeah, the Texans one was cool.
Anyway, silly bands are back. The kids are all right. They were trading silly bands last week. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, silly bands are all the way back.
I would not have predicted. We should have put that on our bingo card.
We should have.
There's no chance we did we?
I don't think so.
I don't think we did. There's no shot. That would be unreal if we had all American Rejects and silly bands.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
I gotta check the bingo card. 2025 year. We haven't checked this in a long time. We've somewhat updated NBA, but we have not looked at this in a very long time. I might as well just share it before I even. Now this is not up to date, so anything that might have hit will not be checked off. So if you're seeing something like, hey, we got that, I know. But it's not up to date. Okay, so this is what we had. Non-content creator becomes a meme and starts a podcast. Surely that has happened.
It has to happen.
I feel like it happens every week. Jake Paul fights a real boxer. That has not happened. Probably never will.
Nope.
Jenna Marbles has not returned. John Cena runs for office.
He will not be. He will not be.
Don't think so. All American Rejects Creed-like resurgence. I think we can lock that in.
Yep.
They're back. Major news outlet shuts down. I
don't think so.
I'd have to look into that. I don't think so either. I know some of them have lost funding, but I think they're still technically going.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown stops.
Has not.
He's not stopped. He has not. Rizzler vs. Big Justice beef has not happened yet.
There was kind of rumors of a beef, but I don't think it was ever real.
I found out that Ninja starts a sports podcast. He has one. He already had it before we made this.
Oh, that counts.
I think that counts because we didn't know any better, and we said he would. So we still caught that vibe.
Yeah.
So low key, there's 3 right there.
Yeah.
We just need LeBron to retire from basketball.
Don't read the next one.
And we need Aaron Rodgers to use and endorse the use of crack cocaine.
No, we cannot have that. We cannot have that. We will. That is that is not happening. We cannot.
The other one we had was the basement yard breaks up with the police. We put please no.
Okay.
Good on us. Dua Lipa gets divorced and dates a regular dude, probably Luke or Caleb. Still on the table.
Still on the table. Well, now we have dual Lipas.
We do have dual Lipas. It's a sight to see. Alien Harambe has not happened. You can tell that we made this during the drone thing.
Yep.
Elon Musk buys a sports team.
Almost happened.
It's something that I think he genuinely has no interest in, but he would absolutely do to try to make people think he's cool.
He talked about it, didn't he?
I think he was loosely attached to buying a soccer team for his son.
Yeah.
His son wanted to buy a soccer
well, the New Jersey Drones aren't around, so.
Still around, they are not. But that would be a great,
if they
amateur
came back.
hockey team.
Yeah, New Jersey Drones.
Hockey and the New Jersey Drones, that'd be cool. A sports owner gets the healthcare CEO treatment. That was almost... They had the same results.
Yep.
LeBron retires. We covered that. Hawk Tour coin skyrockets.
Have we checked? Do you still have some in your wallet?
No, I never bought it. Kevin Hart canceled. I don't think that's happened yet. Chevy announces fully electric Tahoe. That has not happened either.
I think that has happened.
Not for a Tahoe, I don't think. I think I would have heard about it.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, it was a different vehicle.
Yeah. We go viral. That has definitely not happened.
We had 80-some listens on the...
That's true. Myles Garrett traded to the Bills. Didn't happen. Not going to happen. Doge plummets due to large sale from top holder. I'd have to look at the chart because it went way up, but then it went back down. You could argue that's a plummet.
Yeah.
But I don't know. New dog breed drops. I haven't seen any new dog breeds yet.
Not yet.
We did not have silly bands, but I feel like that's something we would have had.
Yeah,
that would have been crazy if we did.
That would have been. Yeah, no, Silly Bandz all the way back.
Yeah, go back.
Yeah.
Give me an All-American Rejects Silly Band.
Dude.
Double back.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
All right, I prepared something for this episode. I was listening to macrodosing today, and nanodosing because it didn't have a topic. Right? Tuesdays are nano.
Tuesdays nano.
Anyway, I was listening to macrodosing, and I will say I got the idea from them, even though they didn't invent this concept, but it reminded me hey, that might be a fun thing to do. They had a caller that asked them to play the Newlywed Game. So I came up with a Newlypod Game.
Okay.
And I have 20 questions. And I have done it both ways. So I answered them for me, and I've answered them for what I like for you. You know what I mean? So I'm going to read you the questions, and I want you to write down your answers, and then we'll go over our answers so I can see how many, how the Newlywed Game works.
I'm aware.
See if I guessed what you would say.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm about to read to you, you're going to write down what your answer would be. Are we going to do it one by one, or do you want to rip through, and then we'll review what we put?
Let's do one by one.
Okay. Nice. So, number one, first question. What is Caleb's guilty pleasure TikTok hole to fall down?
Oh. You should know this. I've talked about it on here.
My answer for you maybe could have been more specific. But don't let that dictate your answer. We'll see what Caleb has here.
Oh, I have two of them.
Gotta pick one. Or find a way to categorize them.
This is for me.
This is what your answer would be.
I did radio call-in shows.
Oh, I should have got that. So I put fellas.
Oh, fellas is...
But I put it in quotes because it's more if you don't know, you just pick fellas. That's kind of sus.
I do have... I haven't had fellas a fella in a while.
Fellas is just niche,
Yeah.
People on TikTok that have hardly any followers but do something really unique or really well or really funny. Those are fellas. Okay. Number 2.
Or am I not doing for you now?
Oh, we could. Yeah, we could do that if you want. So, all right, yeah. What is my guilty pleasure TikTok
for you?
You will
I don't really know what it is, but I put the Hunger Games.
Hunger Games, no. I thought you would guess Muzamil in that. That is the Hunger Games.
Yeah, it's the Hunger Games.
Okay, didn't know it as that. Yeah, that's the best guess. But my actual answer, no one knows about. My TikTok rabbit hole is Musical Mondays. It's the weirdest, lamest thing, but I say that lovingly because I do follow them. It's this I think they're a podcast. I've never listened to anything else they do other than their TikTok clips. I just see their TikTok clips, and they are improv, but they'll do improv songs.
Oh, I do know about that. Yes.
And I feel a little bit embarrassed when I watch it because I'm I don't think I should enjoy this because this is kind of weird. But I'm
it's a guy and a girl.
These people are kind of funny.
Yeah, they're funny and they're talented.
Yeah, sometimes the funny little songs hit. Yeah, that's my TikTok rabbit hole. Shout out to them. I don't remember their names. I think the guy's name is Jason. Okay. So that helps you find it.
Cool.
Or Jackson. I don't know.
Great.
But yeah, Musical Mondays. If you type in Musical Mondays, I'm sure it'll come up. Shout out to them. Very talented. Okay. Number 2. What is their coffee shop order? So we're going to go with your answer first like we did last time. What is your coffee shop order?
Dude, have we ever been to a coffee shop together?
I don't think so. I pulled some of these questions from websites that had them. I pulled some of them from ChatGPT. Some of them were off the dome.
Yeah.
So, could be whatever. All right. I'm wondering what Caleb's coffee order is.
I
don't want to say mine until I know he's written his.
All right, I have written mine.
Okay.
I put a cold brew.
Okay. How would you order it?
Probably with like caramel flavoring and some cream and sugar.
Okay. I was way off, but this is because we've never been to a coffee shop together, and I was like, I could see Caleb low-key just randomly getting into black coffee with no one knowing.
I do love a black coffee, but if I go to, like, if I'm making coffee myself, I don't put anything in it. But if I go to a coffee shop, I get a little fancy.
Oh, okay. Maybe you mentioned that before me. That's where I got that from. Okay. You can say mine. What you think mine would be? Honestly, you could just say what you think mine would be, right?
It's a frozen cinnamon toast crunch.
That is. So I almost put that.
You just said that something.
When I go to Dutch Bros, but I only am there, well, several times a year in the 10-day span. Oh. My coffee shop order is actually not coffee at all. It's a pink drink.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
I love a good pink drink.
But that's like a Starbucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a coffee shop.
Yeah.
It's just not like could have been more specific. Either way.
Yeah, I do enjoy a black coffee if I'm just drinking coffee.
Yeah. Yeah. Number 3 is, what is their default binge TV show? So, what do you think what do you think your default binge
What do
TV
I think
show
mine is? I haven't binged in a while, but if I think I was going to throw something on.
I guess that would more so be like, what is their default throw something on TV show? Same thing, kind of how I approached it.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
I put New Girl.
Oh, okay.
Just because The Office I don't like watching The Office on Peacock.
That's fair. Don't like watching The Office on the cock. But my answer for you was The Office.
Yeah, I almost put it, but I thought, I was like, I haven't thrown it on in a while.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so
I'll say The Office for you.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Okay, number 4 is not really a typical Newlywed question because it's not really definitive. I just want to see if we could randomly get the same one. Name a random pro football player. And I wrote down the player I think you will say. But again, just a random pro football player.
Current or all time?
Just anytime, all time, I guess. Could be current, could be retired. Okay. You want to say who you said?
Stephen Ridley.
Okay, I almost put that. I almost thought you would say that, but I was like, what if he doesn't say that because it's too obvious? So I said Mike Sims Walker.
Why would I ever say Mike Sims Walker?
No, it just came to my mind, and I was like, the question was more trying to see if we would just randomly say the same with no context. Stephen Ridley is a classic callback.
If we were both like hearing these questions for the first time
in the same room,
I think we both
hosting and asking us this. We would have both wrote down Stephen.
Yeah.
Okay, now what do you think? I wrote down for my answer.
Mike Sims Walker.
Stephen Ridley. Yeah. So we both put Stephen Ridley, but
yeah.
Low key, we both guessed that the other person would say Mike Sims Walker.
That's true.
Crazy. Shout out to Mike Sims Walker. Come on the show.
Mike Sims.
Why not?
And Stephen Ridley.
And definitely Stephen Ridley. Okay. So that was number 4. Number 5 is, what do they think their spirit animal is? So what? Honestly, if you don't want to keep writing it down, worst comes to worst, I can prove that I said it. I have all my answers written down.
Yeah.
If you want to call my bluff and be like, there's no way you said that, it's already in my notes.
Yeah. My spirit animal. I don't know. I've never thought about that. This is great podcasting.
Fantastic podcasting.
I'm going to say an otter. I don't know.
Okay. I said that you would say a bottlenose dolphin.
Oh yes.
Soul of the bottlenose.
Soul of the bottlenose dolphin.
What do you think I said?
Soul of an eagle.
No, I said lion. But not for reasons that most people are like, I'm a lion in the
you're
cage with the sheep. I said lion because they sleep like 20 hours a day.
I was going to say it's because they sleep.
Yeah.
Which I almost said that for me, because I love a good sleep.
Who doesn't? Except kids when they want to when they don't want to have nap time.
Yeah.
What is their favorite thing to hate watch? So what is your favorite thing to hate watch?
What is my favorite thing to hate watch? I don't know if I've ever hate watched anything.
There's no chance you've never hate watched anything. Everyone's hate watched something.
What is, like, I don't even, give me a definition of hate watch. Like, I don't even. The Ravens?
How do I do this? Yes. That's what I put for you. I was like, it was the correct answer.
Yeah.
Whatever your answer is the correct answer.
Yeah.
But I said Ravens game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like hate watching, you know what I mean? Like watching LeBron against Golden State in the finals. I was hate watching.
Yeah.
It was a hate watch.
Yeah. And yours is the Patriots.
No, mine is actually the Dolphins.
Real? Oh yeah.
They're more annoying these days.
Yeah.
All time, probably Patriots, but
yeah,
I enjoy a good Dolphins hate watch. Watching them blow that game to the Titans a year or two ago. Oh, one of my greatest hate watches of all time.
Yeah.
Okay, question number 7. How would they rank their driving skills 1 to 10?
Me, myself? I'd probably say an 8.
Correct. Okay. I was close. I said you would say 8.3.
Okay.
And what do you think I would say mine are?
You're going to say you're better.
Remember, I was going to say, this isn't you saying what mine is.
You're going to say that you're going to say that you're a better driver than me, but not by much. You're going to say 8.6.
Wrong, but I didn't. My score doesn't mean that I'm saying I'm a better driver than you. It means that I think I'm more confident in my driving than you are in your driving.
Yeah.
I put 9.3.
That's crazy.
Look, put me on the F1 track. Come on. Let's out. Have you seen me play Rocket League? Have you seen me play any first-person shooter? I just don't use a gun.
That's true.
Question number 8. What is their favorite fast food?
All right, I got to figure out. You put Zaxby's.
What?
For me.
No, you're supposed to be saying what your favorite fast food is.
Well, it's Zaxby's.
Okay, and I did put that.
And you put Zaxby's because you knew.
Yeah.
And yours is, see, this is the problem. Chick-fil-A.
Bingo.
You know what I almost said, but it's not fast. It's not fast casual. Yep.
We're on the same page. We are on the same page. Number 9. As a kid, what did they want to be when they grow up?
What did I want to be when I grew up? A football playing king in space with a mustache. A football playing king in space.
So, I kind of got that right then. I said football player, but I also said / what he does now because it depends on how serious you take the question. Like, are you talking about when you're literally a little kid?
Yeah.
And everyone wants to be a football player or a rock star or something? Or is it like you've wanted to do something in the field of what you're doing now for a long time? So I didn't really know what route. And then I
would have been football player.
Think that I put it was definitely football player.
Football player, and then if it's more, I don't even know. A Hibbett salesman.
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, Hibbett salesman. Yeah. Selling plumbing supplies. What are they most likely to? What are they most likely to send gifts of? Not gifts with a T. Gifts like in a text or.
I think you should leave.
I did say you would say that. I think you should leave. We're locked in right now.
And then for you, it's The Office.
It is The Office.
Yep.
We're rolling. Honestly, the last 5, we've been
good.
On the money.
Yeah.
We've been on the absolute money. Okay, this one is just I put right, but now that we're just saying, say a quote from your favorite movie. and then I had to write what quote you would say.
I just have to figure out which one, because you know my favorite movie.
But you're not necessarily trying to figure out what I put for you, right? I don't really know. I think the goal of the game is you would just say what it is,
but
and then we see if I was right, and then I would say what mine is and see if you were right. Or you would say what mine is and see if that's what I put.
I'm going to go with... I'm trying to figure out which one is my favorite quote from that movie.
It doesn't have to be your favorite quote. Just a quote from your favorite movie.
Oh, a quote from... just a quote.
A quote. The movie has to be your favorite movie, but the quote doesn't necessarily have to be your favorite.
I've been saying my oops a lot. So I'm just going to say my oops from Hot Rod.
Nice. I did get the movie right. I did get the movie right. But there was a suggested question that said, what is something they say too much? And I was like, how can I rephrase this? Because you can never say my oops too much. But how can I rephrase this where the answer would be my oops?
Yeah.
But there isn't. I didn't put that. But I did put thee who is resistant to change is destined.
That's one of my favorites.
As what you would say.
Yeah.
So
is destined to fail.
And then what do you think I put for a quote from my favorite movie?
The bathroom here is nuts.
No, but again, the movie was right because we had the same favorite movie, Hot Rod. Mine was Why is Rod Kissing His Sister?
I almost said that just wrecked my entire or shattered my entire universe.
I'm just green with jealous rage right now.
Just green with jealous rage right now. Sure, get some
number
dog
12.
bags. Maybe we can knock boots later.
Trust me, babe. That raccoon would have never.
Trust me, babe. That raccoon would never stop.
Should have known this was gonna happen. I can't wait to tell Sullivan.
Sullivan, I owe you a shot to the nuts.
Take 2 flaming Dr. Peppers.
Boom! There's the flavor.
Number 12. What do they want to do on a Friday night? So what do you want to do on Friday night? Friday night.
Thinking that we just might. I think just like dinner with the boys. Doesn't have to be crazy. Just
wait. I was kind of hacking into your brain for this. I ultimately just put wings.
Yeah.
But it was because I was gonna put like watching ball with the boys, but then I was like, but usually football's not on. Not that we don't watch other things, but I was like,
it's just a night with the boys, but it's not it's not
so
like
I was just
night
like
out
wings.
with the boys. It's like it's not like a crazy.
I was just
night.
like wings, but it was assumed that it's with the boys.
With the boys, like it's just hanging out. We're not going crazy. We're not going to clubs or bars or anything. We're just going to a restaurant.
Zazzled off the wings.
Yep,
with the boys.
And the Dr. Pepper.
Yeah,
and you said, and for you, it's a movie.
Almost. I was about to type movie. You're probably gonna be mad because you're gonna argue that it is movie. You're gonna tell me I'm wrong about my feelings. I put mini golf.
No, I mean that. Yeah,
but that I've played way more mini golf in the daytime than the nighttime.
True. Do you remember? Remember when we just got those passes in Ocean City, and just me, you, and James just would jump on the bus,
mini golf,
ride down, and just go hit all the mini golf places. That was awesome.
Literally all the old pro mini golf courses. It was awesome. Next question is: if money and time weren't an issue, where would you travel on a vacation?
Probably Australia.
That's a good one. I honestly had no clue. Not something I remember talking about, so I just put Fiji for you.
I almost said Fiji.
That would have been crazy.
No, me and Luke have never had this conversation, but I do know that he would go to Orlando.
No.
Luke loves Orlando.
I do like Orlando. I love Orlando, but I put LA.
Okay, yeah.
Because I would love to go watch a Lakers game.
Yeah, because money's not
an issue.
See
what LA's like.
Yeah.
Money's not an issue. Time, so I don't necessarily have to fly if I'm too scared. I can take my time to drive there.
Yeah.
Stop at hotels, kill time. Yeah. Like, it'd be fine. So, yeah, would love to go to LA.
I almost said Fiji. I should have said Fiji.
Fiji, that would have been crazy. That would have been one where I would have had to show my notes improved.
Yeah.
Next question is: what is their guilty pleasure? So we talked about guilty TikTok rabbit hole, but just general guilty pleasure.
Oh,
I don't even remember what I put for me. I gotta look.
It's trashy Netflix reality TV shows.
Oh,
and you know that.
That's a good answer. That's not what I put. But you're right.
But you know that. You're gonna say Taylor Swift probably.
Along those lines, but no. And this is a guilty pleasure of yours, even if the Netflix thing is your answer. I defined it as girl pop.
Oh yeah. But it's not really like a guilt. I'm proud of that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. There's no guilt. There's no guilt in jamming out to O-Rod.
Yeah, but it is a guilty pleasure of mine.
Yeah.
For you, I mean, I know you like girl pop.
Mm-hmm. I didn't want to put the same answer.
Yeah, it's gonna. I don't know.
I said Temu.
Oh yeah.
Buying stuff on Temu.
Yep.
Honestly, I could have also put buying sports jerseys of players that already are very much not on the team, that have not been on the team for years. Because most people are like, "Oh, I bought this jersey and the guy left." And these days, I almost exclusively buy jerseys of people that
guys that
aren't
on the team. But that's okay because like you're far enough, especially for the Bills. It's like you're far enough away, separated from it that like, yeah.
I have in my notes. I have a big game hunting Bills jerseys that I'm seeking, and I'm checking them off as I go. So far, I've just checked off the Stevie Johnson one.
Yeah, but you got that like custom made, didn't you, low key?
That took effort because they didn't. They never sold those.
Yeah,
they never sold those.
Yeah,
because he popped off the last year we wore those uniforms. So by the time they were like, we should start selling his jersey, they were like, wait, we're getting new uniforms next year.
Sell the new ones. Yeah.
Wait till we sell the new ones.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. The next question was, where are we at? Oh, guilty pleasure. If they were arrested, what would it be for?
See, this is the thing. Is this a deep cut? Is this when I ran over a mailbox and got fake arrested in Hibbett?
Is that your answer?
Yes.
That's what I put. Let's go. And the officer fake arrested you and put his. Can you arrest Caleb? Well, I think Lauren was just getting there, and we're like, see what happens when you walk out and he's getting arrested. And by the way, she just like looked and just kept going. She did not care at all. But he was like, oh. Sure, put his Burger King fries in his shirt pocket. Just arrested Caleb.
My parents. It was on April Fool's Day.
Your dad. Yeah. He was stressing.
Yeah, my mom was like, April Fool's. And I was like, yep.
Yeah. And you're like, tell me you ran over a mailbox.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, what would mine be? If I got arrested, what would it be for?
Illegally what do you think I put? Illegally buying jerseys of favorite football players.
No, I'm going cold turkey.
Yeah.
That's a good answer, but I'm going cold turkey. I put, this is going to be used in court someday. I put accidental tax evasion.
That's true. You paid your taxes this year. You didn't have taxes to pay this year.
It's complicated.
You paid taxes this year.
I plead the fifth. Anyway, the next question is...
Just move on.
What is his most toxic trait? So what would you say is your most toxic trait?
Probably that I have a podcast.
That's what I put.
Did you?
Having a podcast. Yeah. I really put having a podcast.
And yours is being late.
No, that would have been a great one. But I've been
good
at my new job. Yeah, that is a good answer because historically speaking, yeah.
But not even like any shade. It's just looks late.
No, I'm just always late. Yeah, that's fine. No, I put thinking I can do anything that there's a YouTube tutorial for.
Yeah,
because I truly believe that, and honestly, I would almost argue it's not toxic because I can't do anything that there's a YouTube tutorial for.
But outside of podcast, what would you say my most toxic trait is? Just ruin the podcast real quick.
Your most toxic trait is
probably that I work too hard. Love too much.
Yeah, probably. You like to smell bacon in the morning?
Yeah.
Sue me.
Don't actually sue me.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what I would actually say. It probably would be your most toxic trait. I don't know. I really don't.
Yeah, we're just perfect.
Which I
guys.
wish I had an answer because now it just sounds like there's something that's too mean to say, and I'm not saying it.
I wouldn't.
I just don't have an answer. Anyway, the next one was, what TV show do they quote the most?
I think you should leave.
I did put I think you should leave.
And I'm going to go with I think you should leave for you as well. And if not, The Office.
I put The Office for me. Yeah. The next one was, if he was a WWE wrestler, what would be his walkout song?
I have a couple of them. I could go with the Yelling at Pigeons theme song.
I almost sarcastically put that. That's so funny. I wish I would have.
That's not my answer.
No, but probably, I almost put that sarcastically.
It's got to be Creed, probably. One Last Breath.
Let's go. That's what I put.
Yeah.
Creed, One Last Breath.
But it would most likely be Kicking Pigeons by Sponge.
That's good. That is good.
Kicking Pigeons.
But One Last Breath, though.
Yeah.
If you catch it at the right part. Oh.
Yeah.
What a great walkout
yours
song
would
that would be.
I'd
be surprised if you get mine, but I don't think it's impossible.
Two Coasts by Teaser Touchdown, or whatever it's called.
No, Third Coast. That is a good song, though. That is a great song. I said Tupac, Hit 'Em Up.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah,
I thought it had to be Teaser Touchdown.
No, that would have been a good one. Okay, the 19th and second to final question is, if they had to get a tattoo of one word, what would it be?
That's tough.
One word.
That is tough.
It is tough.
I think just the word sick.
I'm devastated.
Why?
Because I almost put that, and that would have been a crazy poll.
I say sick all the time. So if
that would have been a crazy poll. But I went with ka-chow. Because I was like, what could I more realistically see? Caleb getting a tattoo that just says sick, or Caleb wanting to get a Lightning McQueen tattoo and be like, I'm just going to get a tattoo that says ka-chow.
Yeah.
So I just went with that. But what do you think I put?
This is... That's tough. Pop.
No. What if I would have put tough, knowing that you would say that's tough?
I
didn't, though. I put bet. Because I say bet all the time, and I also bet all the time.
That's true.
So it's like a double entendre.
Yeah, like if I think sick and bet are two words that we say. Like that's your bet is your sick, and sick. Is my bet.
Yeah,
I say
and
sick
I still say sick, but I say bet more, and you say bet, but you say sick. Yeah. Last one. Question number 20. If you could switch places with a cartoon character, what would it be? What cartoon character would it be?
Oh.
And I will include animation, like obviously cartoons are animated, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Pixar and stuff.
Yeah. Jim from Treasure Planet.
I almost went Treasure Planet, but I thought A Better Life. And I don't really know that I expected you to say this. I was just trying to set you up with a good situation.
Yeah, you're setting me up. You're setting me up.
I put Mr. Incredible because Mrs. Incredible.
Woo!
So I was hoping that would have been crazy if you just randomly said that exact. I'm going to go Mr. Incredible because of Mrs. Incredible.
For you, I'm going to go with Simba. Because you want to sleep all day like a lion.
Oh, true.
That's your spirit animal.
My spirit animal. I don't want to be a lion. Good point. But now I said Timmy Turner because I could make wishes.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Be pretty lit. And I'd be wishing for a burner. I'd be wishing for a burner. Yeah, that was the Newlypod game.
Yeah, that was good. That was good stuff.
Went pretty well.
That was good stuff.
We hit a hot streak in the middle where we got a lot of them right. Both ways.
Right. Yeah.
It's pretty good. Good. All right, you want to hit a sporkle and get out of here?
Yep. hopefully, last time we were on here together and did a Sporkle,
not
it was long.
I was getting worried with Noah.
Shout out to Bradley for saying his favorite was a table saw.
Yeah, I shouted him out last week too. But
yeah,
I was getting a little worried with me and Noah because we started hitting a little bit of a cold streak, and I was like having flashbacks.
Yeah.
Also, you're gonna notice that it no longer has our longest streak listed because my computer was running really slow, and I started Googling why, and it was like, "Have you cleared your cache, whatever it is?"
Cache.
So I just cleared everything, and now it doesn't have it. So that sucks.
Rip.
But yeah, let me share that. Sporkle. Okay. Here we go. We're going to get the first 5 today. I can feel it.
Probably.
What website claims to be the leading website in debunking urban legends? Is this Mythbusters, Reuters, Urban Dictionary, or Snopes?
Is it Urban Dictionary? There's no way
I don't think it's either of the top 2, and I don't think it's Urban Dictionary either. I've never heard of Snopes, but process of elimination, I think it's Snopes.
Yeah.
Let's go. One down. Montgomery is the capital of which state? Is this Connecticut, Alabama, Nebraska, or Washington?
That's Alabama. That's Alabama.
Yes, sir. What common household pet is susceptible to a disease commonly known as ick? Women when you like to play Xbox.
Women when you hold the door open for them.
Yeah, women when you stumble time ever.
Women when you're alive.
Women when you breathe too often.
Women when your heart beats only for them.
Women when you drive a car that's not nice enough, or when you drive a car that's too nice.
Yep.
Women when you're too mean or
you
too
care
nice
about things.
When you exist at all.
Guys can't have hobbies.
Is this cats, fish, hamsters, or dogs? Did they have the ick in SpongeBob? You gave me the ick?
That was Suds.
Why do I feel like there's a cartoon or something that said you gave me the ick?
I don't know. I think hamsters feels the most right. Because hamsters just be dying.
Ick feels wet, though.
Yeah.
But hamsters do just die.
Yeah.
Let's go with hamsters.
I'm sorry.
Fish. I'm going to have to look that up later, why that was sticking in my head. Fish, and you gave me the ick.
Yeah.
The Treaty of Ghent officially ended what war between the United States... Oh. Hold on. Almost didn't notice this at first. The Treaty of Ghent officially ended what war between the United States and United Kingdom? The fighting continued for more than a month after they were signed. Is this the American Revolutionary War, the Ohio War, the Anglo-Cherokee War, or the War of 1812?
Just the War of 1812?
Oh, Bev, I say we go with it. Anglo-Cherokee, you're part Cherokee, right? You used to drive one. It was indeed the War of 1812.
Every time. Gets me every time.
Which NBA franchise played its home games at the Bradley Center from 1988 to 2018?
Can we call Bradley?
Yeah. Who played at your center? Okay, so the Sixers been at Wells Fargo for way longer than 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Suns, I'm going to put that on the back burner.
Yeah.
I don't recall the Mavericks getting a new job.
No.
The Bucks.
I feel like they've recently, right?
I don't know when they opened a new one, but I remember
the house that Giannis built.
I think there was something unique about how they built it, and they were talking about it on a show that I watched.
Yeah.
But how recent was that? I'm thinking Suns or Bucks.
Yeah, I don't think the Sixers. No, they have had theirs for a while. The Mavericks,
the Sixers have had theirs long enough that they're getting a new one soon.
Yeah, so the Mavericks, we would have heard of something with, what's his name?
I think, and I think they did a lot of renovations around 2018.
Yeah,
but not a new
Is
stadium.
It the Bucks?
I think it's Bucks or Suns. Maybe it's the Bucks.
I don't
Bradley
know.
said it.
Bucks.
What could Bradley be referencing?
Bradley Buck. I don't know.
Bradley Beal?
Well, he wasn't there yet.
No, he wasn't there, and they would not name the stadium after him.
Yeah.
Let's go with the Bucks. Let's go.
Yeah.
Big dubs. What beverage has been advertised using the slogan, "It does a body good"? Is this milk, Guinness, orange juice, or water?
Is this milk? Why would they throw Guinness in there?
That would be like the forgotten.
Why would they throw slogan. Guinness in there? Why would they throw beer in there?
Listen, it makes me almost think it might be Guinness. It's so off the wall.
Yeah. I don't hate it.
And milk should be got milk.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like the forgotten milk slogan.
Yeah.
Guinness, screw it. Oh, it was milk. I way overthought that. The city of Cancun, speaking of the Suns, lies on the northeast coast of what Mexican peninsula? It's an unnecessary ricochet. Is this El Mogote, Punta Allen, or Yucatan?
I think Baja is on the California side and Cancun is on the other side, right? On the Gulf side?
No idea.
I'm going to say Yucatan.
I do think Cancun is on the Gulf side.
Yeah, I'm going to say Yucatan. It's the only one I know of besides Baja.
You don't want to have a Baja Blast?
Nah. I'll say it. Baja Blast. Maybe my fourth favorite Mountain Dew flavor.
Whoa! Prove it. What are the other three?
Code Red, Voltage, Regular, Baja.
Number 1, Kickstart, Orange.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, what is it called? Livewire.
Livewire's up there.
Number 3,
they don't make it anymore. But like you said, whoa, like I was an insane person. Yeah, I don't think they make it anymore, do they?
I had it recently. Every time that I add antifreeze to my car, I get a Livewire.
That's awesome. But like you said, whoa, like I was an insane person.
Reason. That's a hot take.
And then you put it at 3.
But it's in my top 3.
Okay.
Gosh. Kids these days. What Texas city lies directly across the border from Juarez, Mexico? Juarez, Mexico. Is this Rio Grande, Laredo, San Antonio, or El Paso?
Is it Laredo?
Why are we getting all these questions about the South? Sure. It was El Paso. The second highest mountain in the world, K2, is located on the border of Pakistan and what other country? Is this China, Mongolia, Nepal, or India?
I think it's Nepal.
I'm thinking China. Okay. I don't trust any of my geography stuff, so we'll go with yours.
Oh man.
Anyway. Dang.
Sorry.
Deriving its name from the Greek words for green and leaf, what pigment in plants converts sunlight into energy for photosynthesis? Is this hippocaudal, chlorophyll, mitochondria, prokaryote? I don't know why I didn't have an in there, but that was the last one.
Chlorophyll, more like borophyll.
Hippocaudal, more like...
It's chlorophyll.
Okay.
That's from Billy Madison, Luke.
I haven't watched it in a long time. Got to touch up.
What are we doing?
This is crazy. This is crazy. What Spanish explorer spent a considerable amount of time searching...
That's Spain, but anyway.
It's still...
Yeah.
It's Spanish.
Yeah.
Searching Florida for the Fountain of Youth. They just came out with a movie about this. I believe John Krasinski plays the Spanish guy. No, they did just come out with a movie starring John Krasinski called Fountain of Youth, though. So maybe. Is this Estevao Gomez, Christopher Columbus, Vasco Nunez de Balbo, the guy from Jimmy Neutron?
Balby? You talking about Balby?
Balby, yeah. Juan Ponce de Leon.
Christopher Columbus never made it to America. It's Juan Ponce de Leon. I'm almost positive.
It is.
Dude, I'm on my history stuff today.
You are. What hit song recorded by Linda Ronstadt and James Ingram was first featured in the 1986 film An American Tail? Is this No Cats in America? Give Me You're Tired, You're Poor, Somewhere Out There, or Never Say Never? Never Say Never. Great song, but Justin Bieber and Jaden Smith.
I think it's...
All right, so...
I like Give Me You're Tired, Give Me You're Poor.
Somewhere out there. You're Still the One and Dance With Me were both top 10 hits in the 1970s for what American band? Is this Golden Earring, Orleans, Deep Purple, or Yes? I'm more of a fan of the new one of Orleans.
Yeah. Is it Deep Purple? That's the only one that I don't know.
I'm thinking it might be Deep Purple.
Okay. I don't know.
Orleans.
I don't know either.
So I said I like the new one better.
Yeah.
I think I know Still the One. And so I probably would know Dance With Me if I heard it. What Disney film has characters named Shenzi, Banzai, and Ed? The Jungle Book, Mulan, Tarzan, or Lion King? Definitely not Lion King.
Ed? Is Ed from Tarzan?
I think so, because I don't think Ed's from Jungle Book or Mulan.
Yeah.
Lion King?
Oh, Ed's a hyena! Dang it!
Oh.
They're the hyenas.
And I eliminated Lion King so
fast.
So quick. Dang it. What American company produces the G.I. Joe line of action figures? Is this Mattel, Hasbro, Fisher-Price, or Discovery Toys? I feel like everything toys
Mattel.
is always Mattel.
Yeah.
Then it was Hasbro. From what country did Brazil gain its independence in 1822?
Ooh. Luke, I told you I was on my history stuff today.
Or Portugal?
It's Portugal. All my history stuff. Oh my goodness.
On it. In 1994, what company launched its second global image advertising campaign titled Where Do You Want to Go Today? Is this Microsoft, Continental Airlines, Yahoo, or Amtrak?
I think we can cancel out
travel.
Yahoo.
It's got to be Continental or Amtrak, right?
Yeah. I like No, Amtrak. I like Amtrak.
Microsoft. Okay, man. We did say they were bad at naming things. I guess they're bad at slogans, too. What is the most populous city in the Southern Hemisphere? Is this Kinshasa, Rio de Janeiro, Jakarta, or Sao Paulo?
I think it's sneaky Sao Paulo. I think they are very... Yeah.
It is. Sao Paulo Banchero. In the Terminator film series, what is the nickname for the date on which Skynet becomes self-aware and decides to exterminate mankind? Is this The Awakening, Judgment Day, Armageddon, or The Turn? I feel like The Awakening makes sense, but that's just me.
It's between
guessing.
that
I don't
and The
know
Turn
that.
for me. I think The Awakening. Judgment Day? Oh,
what
Terminator
kind of animal...
Judgment Day is a movie.
Oh, nice. Well, we really dropped the ball on that. What kind of animal is depicted on the state flag of California? Easy, a layup. Bear, eagle, horse, or cougar? Tons of cougars in California. But it's a bear.
Tons of bears, too.
Yes. What toroid shape most close... Oh, I just got that. I just got your joke.
Okay.
I was just like, yeah. But it took me a second. Nice. What toroid... Start over. What toroid shape most closely resembles...
No, the toroid shape, not what toroid shape. The toroid shape most closely resembles which of the following?
I'm in a blender right now. Is this a rhombus,
a donut,
figure eight, or a pretzel?
I think this is a donut. I think a Toroid.
It is. It is.
Great.
What brand? Because I was thinking that too, so I was like, let's just go.
Yeah.
What brand name product that you are likely to find in a medicine chest gets its name? Who is using medicine chest, by the way, in the year? Anytime past the kit? Year.
You mean a first aid
1594. They haven't used those since then. Happy New Year. We're celebrating 1595. We're all throwing away our medicine chests. Anyway, what brand name product that you're likely to find in a medicine chest, which, by the way, you're never going to find it there, gets its name from the German for, they messed up, not me, water, and Greek for oil. Ibuprofen, aspirin, Vaseline, or Purell. I think this is aspirin. That feels Greek.
Nope, it's Vaseline.
Okay.
On my history shit. I know that was business,
that was correct, by the way.
But I am on my history stuff.
You are. Which president appointed both Ruth Bader Ginsburg and Stephen Breyer to the U.S. Supreme Court while in office? Is this Jimmy Carter, George W., Bill Clinton, or Ronald Reagan? Is this Carter? You said you were on your history stuff. Caleb's Googling it right now.
I'm not. I don't know politics. I don't care about politics.
Yeah, but this is history.
This is history. Who's the oldest one of these four?
Probably Reagan?
I was going to say go with Ronald Reagan.
Or could it be Jimmy C., despite the fact he just recently went down?
Yeah, that's true.
Because he was so old when he went down.
Go with Ronald Reagan.
What's the slam poetry thing? Listen to Ronald Reagan.
Bill Clinton. I should have guessed Bill Clinton.
Which brand of soft drink was promoted by both David Beckham and Cindy Crawford? Feels like a Sprite thing to do.
It does. Pepsi, Coca-Cola, 7-Up.
Coca-Cola, 7-Up, or Sprite.
Oh, 7-Up feels right.
I'm thinking it's Sprite or 7-Up, and the reason they put the other one in there is because it's the other one.
Yeah.
Because they're so similar.
Yeah.
Does 7-Up have that kind of budget?
Back in the day?
True. Pepsi. We're both wrong. The 1993 film The Program centers on a team playing what sport?
The Program?
Program.
The Program?
The Program.
What do you think a movie called The Program's going against?
Oh, yeah, true. Esports, soccer, field hockey, or college football.
College football, The Program?
It's The Program.
It's The Program.
It's The Program. Whoa. It's college football. That was cool.
I didn't even have to know.
Yeah. What product claims to, quote, make beef sing? Is this Rice-A-Roni, Omaha Steaks, A1 steak sauce, or Hamburger Helper? Now, Hamburger Helper did drop an album.
Yes. But I think it's A1.
It does feel like an A1 thing.
Yeah.
And they honestly, that's been my steak sauce since day one. A1 since day one. No, I let the meat talk these days. That was correct though. It was A1. What singer had charting singles with the songs "Wicked Game" and "Baby Did a Bad Bad Thing"? Is this Keith Sweat, R. Kelly, Caleb's boy, LL Cool J, or Chris Isaac?
This feels like R. Kelly.
It does. And my wild card would be Keith Sweat.
Yeah.
But it does feel like R. Kelly.
Yeah.
But if they were going to put R. Kelly songs, would they put songs that we wouldn't recognize?
I don't think so. I think they would put songs we wouldn't recognize.
Chris Isaac. What award-winning 1961 film prominently featured music by Leonard Bernstein? Is this Babes in Toyland, 101 Dalmatians, West Side Story, or La Dolce Vita? No idea.
101 Dalmatians.
I'm thinking Dalmatians.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. I was thinking that too. West Side Story.
Good.
Arthur Dent is the main character in which series of books from Douglas Adams? Ender's Game, The Meaning of Life. Is that a typo?
Yeah, it probably should be
The
life.
meaning of lift?
I want to look up the meaning.
The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
The only two I know of are Ender's Game and The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, but I don't know.
I was thinking Hitchhiker.
Yeah, I like that. I haven't. I like it.
Read any of these.
Yeah, I'm going to look up the meaning of lift just to see if it's a thing.
Okay. In 1962, what MLB team set a modern record by losing 120 games in a season? That was broke last year, right?
The meaning of lift.
Nice. Okay. Sounds like the meaning of lift. This record was broke last year, right?
Yes.
By the White Sox, and it's pacing to be broke by the Rockies this year.
Yep.
Okay, so who did they beat is the question. When they set the record last year, do we remember anyone mentioning who they were chasing?
I think the Tigers feel right.
Yeah, that does.
Is it the Mets, the Cubs, the Tigers, or the Pirates? I think it's the Tigers.
Sorry, yeah. Mets.
It's all about the Mets.
Another Mets loss.
Another Mets
Dale,
loss.
Tyrese, Beth, Judith, and Daryl are characters from what TV show? Is this definitely Game of Thrones? Is this Game of Thrones, Orange is the New Black, Breaking Bad, or The Walking Dead? Unfortunately, I've only seen one of these.
It's The Walking Dead. Because I know Daryl is from Walking Dead.
That feels right.
But I've never seen any of it.
As of 2018, 80% of the U.S. lobster harvest is from which state? Is this Maine, Florida, Washington, or Hawaii? It should be Maine, right?
Should be Maine, but
It's got to be Maine. Can't overthink it.
Yeah.
It is. They are the main producer of lobster.
Yep.
That's how they got the name Maine.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that. How many official pillars of Islam are there? 4, 7, 5, or 9?
5.
I kind of want to... Is that a guess, or do you feel like you know that? Because I kind of wanted to say 9. But I don't know why.
I feel like 5. I don't know.
Wait, 5 does seem like I've heard something about 5 pillars. Maybe not in relation to Islam, but that's probably where it came from.
Yeah.
Okay, I like 5. Glad we talked that out, because that was correct. What is the real first name of the singer known as The Weeknd? Is this Abel, Abraham, Aaron, or Amos?
It's Abel.
Is it Aaron?
It's Abel.
Abel? Okay. Well,
I wish they would have thrown Aubrey in there. Audrey, what's Drake's?
Yeah, Aubrey.
Yeah, just that I was off.
I'm glad you got that kill, because I wouldn't have been able to get it myself.
Boo.
What 1992 game was famously censored on the SNES and Genesis, though a cheat code was available to remove the censorship on the Genesis version? Is this Tekken, Mortal Kombat, The King of Fighters, or Samurai Showdown? This feels like it would be Mortal Kombat.
It does. I don't hate it.
Let's go.
Wow, I was getting worried. I was getting worried there for a second.
Yeah, same. Only took us 35 questions, which is not ideal, but way less than last time.
Yep.
So, let's just see. Let's speed run here, see how far we can go. What foreign leader was named Time Magazine's Person of the Year in 2007? Fun fact, I was Person of the Year in 2006. Is this Vladimir Putin, Nicholas Sarkozy, Pope John Paul II, or Tony Blair?
Is this Putin?
I think this might be Putin.
I think this is Putin.
Because I know Time has a history of some pretty wild...
Well, we went over the Time Person of the Year. I think Poot was around this time. Poot.
That was correct. Founded in 1932, which brand name calls itself the #1 ball in golf? Is this Pinnacle, Callaway, Titleist, or Wilson?
Pinnacle sounds right, because Pinnacle is the top.
True, and they're #1.
That's Titleist.
All right, well, that was Live 5. Could have gone a lot worse. Like I said, got a little scared there for a second.
Yeah, could have gone a lot better.
But it all worked out. All right, anything to say before we go?
Stay sweet.
Stay sweet. All right, let's bless.
Talk to you next week.